Hello and welcome to Retro Reviews, and I feel like I am in purgatory right now because I feel like I'm doing the exact same song and dance that I've been doing for the last few months. Sony has now raised the prices on their PlayStation 5 consoles in the United States. I'm sure this is going to be something that happens in other places as well, but so far they're raising the prices by $50 for the standard disc version, now going to be $550, and the digital version, which will now be $500. Can't say I'm that surprised at this point, but I was very hopeful. I did make a video at one point talking about how Sony did like a discount on their PS5s and PS5 Pros. And I'm like, are they going to buck the trend? Is this going to be a permanent thing? Are they actually going to be lowering the prices on their consoles when everyone else is raising them? The answer to that is no. Now, lest we forget, Sony was the perpetrator of all of this. They raised the prices on their consoles first a couple years ago, if I'm not mistaken, like $30, I think is what it was initially. I think the digital version has gone up substantially because I saw that it was $450, and I remember it being $400 at launch, and I think I'm 100% correct on that. And the standard one with the disc drive is still $500, but they have already raised prices before, and so this is just them doing it again. This comes in the wake of Xbox raising their prices of their consoles up $100 a piece. Their Series S and X models going up $100, and the Nintendo Switch getting the original variants. The Switch Lite was $30 more, the original Switch was $40, and the OLED was $50 more, placing it $50 out of the range of a Switch 2. Now, the reason this is so stupid, and the reason why I keep talking about it, the reason I rant about it every time one of these stupid things happens, is that initially when a console drops, it's kind of expensive, and you can justify the price to some degree because I think exclusively, I don't know if there's ever been a time where a publisher or a hardware developer has sold their console at a profit, or even like broken even, maybe broken even at the very most. Typically, they will sell them at a loss, and then they make up their profits in the software because it's substantially less expensive to produce the software, so they can make a lot more money on it, especially with digital platforms now. They make a killing off of software. So that's what they did. Initially, they launch, and they sell them for a loss, the consoles at a loss, sometimes even a big loss. I think the PS3, even when it launched with like a crazy price tag, was still being sold at a loss. And we can justify that. We can say, you know what? Yeah, they're selling this at a loss. I'm going to eat more on the software, but I can stomach that because, you know, gaming's a little more expensive, but at least I know that I'm not getting ripped off on the hardware. There is no excuse for them now. They always cite market conditions. That's the big buzz right now. The market conditions is what has been talked about for all of these things. Nintendo, Xbox, and now Sony citing these conditions as to why they're raising prices. It's a bunch of baloney at this point. The Nintendo Switch was the most egregious because that thing came out 8 years ago at this point. 8 years. Now, I said at the beginning of a launch, you can justify them being a little bit higher because midway through, they tend to do a refresh. They do a slim version of a console. They bring down the price because the components to make them have gotten substantially cheaper over the course of 4 or 5 years, which is about where we're at now with the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. It's been about half a decade. The components are substantially cheaper now for any of these products. I don't care about tariffs. I don't care about the market conditions. They are going to be cheaper because the technology is behind now. It's half a decade old compared to when it first came out with the PlayStation. I'm sure the technology is much older than that even still. So it's going to be a lot cheaper to produce the consoles now. I would be very surprised if they weren't selling their consoles at a profit at this point. So typically we get halfway through the console generation and we get a refresh, slim version, price drop and everything. And we have not seen that, not for anything. Everyone is raising their prices. Even the Switch, the original Switch, competing with the Switch 2 in terms of price now. It's just ludicrous. It really is now. It's just corporate greed. Don't let them tell you anything else. This is not any kind of market conditions. They're not getting screwed over by tariffs. They're making money on these consoles, and they just want to make more. Xbox is the most baffling one because they raise their prices the most, and they're the most behind. They don't sell hardly any consoles compared to Nintendo or Sony, so that was a baffling decision. But even these ones selling a lot, like the PlayStation 5 or the Nintendo Switch, it's just them being greedy. Don't let them disguise it any other way. It just sucks. My good friend, my YouTuber friend Shin0555, go check him out. He's awesome. He does a lot of gaming content, very adjacent to the kind of stuff that I do. great friend of the channel. I've done lots of videos with him. He said there's, put it the best way. The best way to not participate is just don't buy anything. Like the best way to play here is don't buy. Don't buy their consoles, especially not after they've raised prices. Just play through your backlog. I know I'm a perpetrator of this. I bought a Switch too. I buy a lot of the new games, especially the new ones that I'm really excited about, but I don't buy a ton of new games. I bought Donkey Kong Bonanza. I think that's the only Switch 2 game I've purchased at full price. I bought No Man's Sky, the digital one, when it was on sale. But outside of that, I haven't bought like anything because it's too expensive. There's no reason to. I like the new shiny toys, so I get too distracted, but don't be like me in this instance. Don't succumb to these things. Go out and just play through your backlog. That's honestly the best way to play the game right now. Go through your backlog, especially if you've got a PC and you've got 3,000 Steam games or Epic games or anything like that. Just go through and play a lot of your old games. I went through my Epic Games account and found, I was like, oh, there's a ton of games that I've been wanting to play that I already have for free and didn't even realize I added to my account. And my laptop is just beefy enough it can play a lot of those. So just go through your old backlog. Don't play the game. Don't play to these corporations. They will go down eventually, especially if we don't play, especially if we don't pay for their crap. We'll see them drop prices in the future. It's just going to take a while, especially now. This is the worst part of all of this. All these price increases come at a time where discretionary funds are already tight. Everyone is working their butts off and not getting as far ahead. People are living in apartments. They're not saving up for houses. It's a bad time for most people, especially in the US, but I know globally as well. And to take away, make it harder for you to have your entertainment now. Gaming has always been an expensive hobby. To make it more expensive and more gatekeepy just sucks. So play through your backlog. Play through your old console generations. I'm sure you have plenty. Every gamer does. Just go through your old games. Beat the ones you haven't beaten before. Experience some new stuff. Go emulate some stuff. Do whatever you need to do. Just don't play the game right now. It's not worth it. Really, it honestly isn't. Just buy your very favorite games brand new if you need to. And if not, just wait for sales and wait for things to die down and go play your backlog. And let me know in the comments section down below what games you will be playing from your backlog to avoid dealing with all this bull crap from the big publishers here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.